what's happening? Come take a ride with me in the Cutdog. So I'm going to meet my homeboy for lunch, my old co-worker, and we're gonna take a ride to Hobby. So that y'all see how this baby run. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people thought this car might never run. They thought I was a lunatic for trying to undertake putting the car back together that I didn't take apart. So the guy had started frame off restoration with this Cutlass, and then ran out of money, ran out of time, ran out of something, and just left it alone. He had all the seats in the backyard. He had the radiator support out. He had the fenders off. He had no back window. They had the package tray in the back, was rusted out. And what I had to do was get the factory assembly manual to figure out how to put the car back together. Now, my profession up until August 20-something of this year was a mechanical engineer working for a big company in the transportation industry. And but when I bought this car in 2007 or 2008, I believe. Well, I wasn't an engineer. I was a maintenance technician. I knew a lot about wrenching, but I couldn't read engineering drawings or nothing like that. I could read electrical schematics, but as far as, engineering, I didn't know nothing about it. So it was an ordeal trying to interpret that factory assembly manual from 1969 to 1970. This is a 1970 Cutlass. So, and I had to figure out so many different things. Like, I remember figuring out how to get the car to run. Well, you got it running, you got transmission running. What about brakes? I mean, that was a day that was super exciting and terrified. I'm going down the road and excited I got it running. I'm doing 15 miles an hour, something like that. And I'm like, all right, stop sign coming up, hit the brakes. Pedal to the flow. And it was absolutely hilarious. All you hear is, I'm trying to put it in park while I was driving. Obviously, the transmission didn't go out from there. But it ran. And I got it back to the house. Idled it, let it coast, and it was a reward. I think I got it running about 8-9 months after I got it. It was through hell of high water because everybody had already wrote the situation off as it wasn't gonna never run again. So here we are, died. You know what I'm saying? And, it's just a blessing to be in the car with you. And I decided to do this because the way things are going in the world, hey, I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity to do it in the future. I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. And it's such a blessing to be able to communicate with you today. We don't know that we're going to have this opportunity to be able to communicate with our loved ones from around the country, around the world, right? Because we got this globalist society that's coming to a close, right? We got East and West, right? Straight up, it's Pac and Biggie beef, right? East Coast versus West Coast. So Eastern nations versus Western nations. And me and a homeboy of mine going, sitting trying to solve the world's problems during lunch, which we never do, but it's nice to have a kind ear, right? Like the way them pipes sound and the valves opening and closing. It's I'm gonna be quiet for a minute so you can hear it. typically, you know what I'm saying, you achieve that thing against all odds. Being here today is against all odds. You being here today is against all odds, right? If you think about that sperm cell, you know what I'm saying, that had to fight against the millions of other ones to fertilize that egg, yeah, it's a 1 in a million chance. 1 in a couple million chance that you could have been somebody else if a different seed had penetrated that egg. So, praise the Lord, God of heaven, that you got a shot at life. And then you want to try and roll with the Lord, because we only got 2 types of people: God's people and everybody else, right? And all the religions of the world, and all the different faiths, everything. It's just God's people and everybody else. And you know if you're God's people because He put His essence in your heart. So make sure you following your heart. And don't diminish the time of following your heart. You got a wicked heart? I feel for you. Because all the pain and suffering that you applying to people on earth, you're going to have that applied to you for all eternity. You know what I'm saying? So it should be your desire to move through this world and be known for kindness, love, having compassion toward others. You gotta understand that, as men, we beasts. Right? That's why the Lord said, look, that had been said in the old time, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I tell you, you know what I'm saying? Resist not evil. That's because that's who we are, man. Like, I want my lick back, man. You done done something to me, I want revenge. The Lord said, no, that's not for you. Vengeance is mine. So those that go and home and got the blood of the saints on their hand, the Lord coming for you. You know what I'm saying? And you that been home, if you go with the Lord, you gotta let that go. For real. Because the Lord gonna handle your business for you. So don't be worrying about getting vengeance. Vengeance is the Lord's. But right now, this world is spiraling out of control because everybody wants vengeance. And that's a tough thing to give it and put it in the Lord's hands. Because so many people have been hurt, right? They've had their children taken away, their parents taken away, and easier said than done. So, but this world, if we don't love one another and show kindness towards one another, it's gonna spiral out of control, as it already has, right? But we gotta find a way to get it back under control. Because, like, if you got children, you should want them to have a better life than what you have. For me, I can't see this world providing my kids with a better life than what I had. I was talking to my mama and was like, yo, GMOs came out in like the 80s when they really started pushing it hard, putting it in everything. So you had, 30 plus years of getting non-GMO good food. Us, my kids, they started off with nothing but poison, nothing but high fructose corn syrup. You know what I'm saying? Like straight, just food that's bad for you. Hence, the younger people got way more ailments than ever before. Right? This is America. It's supposed to be the creme de la creme, the meat of the free world. But we consume the most prescription medication, and we the most unhealthy. Right? Why? Because our minds are unhealthy. We don't care about our body, nor the bodies of our brethren. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I was telling my daughter, these people that you think smart, they done came up with drinking shit water. You hear me? Let's recycle our shit. You know what I'm saying? And drink it. Let's put a few chemicals in it, chlorine, this, that, and the other, and drink it. And I'm like, what? And if they didn't do that, you wouldn't be able to drink water. Man, the Lord had created heaven and earth to support us. I don't think we're supposed to be drinking no recycled shit water, so I use a zero water filter, and you know what I'm saying, try to filter out all that stuff. I really, I grew up off it, right? I drank tap water all day, every day in New Orleans. And I think I was like 25 when I really was like, ooh, let me look at one of these sewage water treatment plants, how it's done, modern marvel videos, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Then going to college for mechanical engineering, you know, taking molecular chemistry and material science, you know, you learn about ceramics, metals, you know what I'm saying, and plastics. Those are your main foundation, right? Your plastics are different chemicals that are bonded together to form different compounds, right? You got polyethylene, polypropylene, and this, that, and the other, right? These are put together by, you know, I want to say carbon is the base, but it's been a while, right? But those things are unhealthy by nature, right? And then so that's why you see our stuff with the BPA and all that. But when you think about like how it used to be, when I refer to ceramics and polymers, that's what the plastic is actually referred to in material science terms, that the ceramic is the one that you want to deal with the most. That's glass, right? Glass and stone, all that is the same situation. So my understanding, sand ain't nothing but a bunch of stone and fine, extra fine particles, right? And that's how you can take sand and heat it up to a certain temperature and melt it and form glass, right? And then you can heat certain rocks up, like molten lava or something like that, and then when it solidifies, it forms that black glass looking type stuff, right? So, but in regards to that, the ceramic, it got certain elements that your body is okay with. You know what I'm saying? It's not resistant to. And like aluminum is not one of them things that your body uses for anything. Like you get aluminum poisoning. So you say, well, why would they put drinks in aluminum cans? That I don't know. You ain't gonna find no expensive drink in aluminum. Anything expensive that you find will be in glass because it does not leach off into the drink, and you know the micronutrients from the ceramic is usable by the body. But then it's like it doesn't. Oh yeah, we had the highway. We had 60 on the highway. What's that now? Put me in the Cutdog on the highway. 1970. Add 30, that's 2000. That's another 53 years old. Ain't old man out here. Is it 53? 53 years old. So the Cutlass got me by mad dog, man. I'm sitting here talking about the engineer. I can't do simple math. That's hilarious. You know? You're on the highway. Praise the Lord. That he gave me them skills to be able to put this thing back together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I can make it home to these guys, and they're gonna be in I ain't all four barrels open. I rarely open all four barrels. I gotta be really feeling myself, right? It's like, you a brave man. I'm so used to riding in hoopers that, you know, anything over 3,000 RPM scare me. I'm like, oh, something about to break, something about to come apart. You know what I'm saying? So I walk it home. I don't want to be pressing stop until we get to our destination. So I think we're about 5 minutes away, something like that. So the Oldsmobile Cutlass, when I was growing up in 1970, to be the dope boy car. Everybody wanted, you know, it was 70 Cutdog. T.I. had one, and he always had them in the rap videos and all that. I had a plan to put some rims on it, and all that went away. I was gonna go chip proof style, 22s by like 11 in the back, 20 by 9s in the front, offset deep dish in the back, you know. But I don't want all that anymore. I just wanted to run hard. Later on, you know, once everything all done, I'm gonna give me a set of shoes. Just because I do like how that look, but it take away from the value from the vehicle, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm not all like, I got to have it. You know, like, if I really, my brother-in-law want me to go ahead on and paint it, finish it off. He's like, man, you already, you know what I'm saying? It's like, almost even done. It's just like these minor details. Put the paint job, finish your interior. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know if I want to ride it the way I ride it. It was all extra clean because it's already enough. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like a long-term project I'm working on. Yeah, I hope you're safe out there. I hope you got rest in the Lord. I hope the pestilence, the famine, the sword, the pestilence, the famine, and the sword is nowhere near you. You know what I'm saying? Except the sword in your hand. You might need one in your hand, but not upon you. Upon you. So, but in this world, if you ain't moving right, you know, the pestilence, the famine, it'll lead to straight up. So you gotta move according to the way the Lord wants you to move, or you're gonna be in big trouble. Big, especially with what's going on. They got like the whole world is in complete disarray. And you have and they talk about a holy war. That's a big deal. When people fight for God, they're going to the end, to the death. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a reward at the end. It's not like fighting for man, right? You're talking about eternity. So you need to take this seriously, right? And you might want to keep your opinion to yourself, right? Because this is something that's been going on for thousands of years at this point. The battle between like the 18 wheelers coming straight out. But the battle between, I want to say good and evil, right? Just the battle between religions. I mean, it is timeless. And I don't want to speak on it because I don't know. You gotta go into deep thought, and you gotta be able to have discourse back and forth with one another, right? And we just giving opinions, and we might not know everything. And then the opinion you give, you come to some new information down the line, and you figure out like that this thing that you done tied yourself to, right, is all wrong based off, you know, you're not having the right information. information, not having enough information, or you having the wrong information, right? And so just be careful on this topic because it's a heavy topic. And them people in the government, they out to, kind of figure things out and push their narrative, I guess, man. It seems like, we are told what we're supposed to think versus being free thinkers. And you need to be a free thinker, right? That's, I remember people trying to tell me what I'm supposed to think about religion. Well, I listened to them for a little minute. But after a while, it come to light that, man, these people don't know what they're talking about. They all wrong. They all out the way. They don't deserve, to be given no explanation of anything, right? Because they have no understanding. And so, just be careful. Because it's a lot of foolishness that is just prevalent all over. And you gotta watch yourself. You will be sitting here pushing a narrative that just ain't true. And whoa, love it. But the Lord He's gonna make people give account for leading people down the wrong path. Right? So just be careful. That's why, I don't usually open carry, but with everything going on today, what am I supposed to do? I don't know who's gonna be doing what. People might be like, man, it's all over. Let me go do this thing or that thing. And I'm like, no, I'm not, just going down without a fight. The Lord said, don't cast your pearls before swine. And for sure, you ain't talking about no jewelry or nothing. You talking about yourself, right? You cast yourself before the swine, you gonna get trodden over. That's what the Lord said. So I keep me something on. I don't ride around like, at condition one, ready to go. But, you know what I'm saying? It'd be nice if I hear some boom booming that I can pull something out and go boom boom back. At least back up off. You can be driving like straight man. You can't get over. And then it'll be like the people that's supposed to be driving like calmly, like bus drivers. Like, what is you doing? Revving it up in a school bus, you know what I'm saying? Like 18 wheelers. What is you doing?